Good evening, fellow travelers. I'm Fraser.
And I, Niles. And we are your guides on this journey of interdimensional self-discovery and healing. This, of course, is Ooh-Ee, Ooh-Ah-Ah, Ting-Tang, Walla Walla Bing Bang, brought to you by the good people at SHSH 107.7, The Shush.
We will not be silenced. Ah, Niles. Another night in the city that never dreams. Yesterday, I dropped 2 tabs of premium LSD, and I'm only just now getting to see the world as I once did.
This is a 90-minute radio show hosted by my definitely biological brother and I. We are highly esteemed mental health professionals with the unique opinion that modern medicine can do jack all for your mental health, and what you really need is whatever banana ball stuff we come up with on the fly. Per our usual format, we prefer to do things the opposite of how our peers would do them. So we will begin by saying goodbye right up top and diving directly into the mailbag. Goodbye, everyone. May the peace of onomatopoeia be with you all your days on this earth. And beyond, well, fingers crossed. Today's first letter is from a listener going by the moniker of CBS. The letter reads, Dearest Gentlemen, this letter is an attempt to compel you to cease and desist all actions under your assumed names and no longer act under the premise of intellectual property owned by the Columbia Broadcast Systems, Paramount Global, or their subsidiaries. Upon the receipt of this letter, should you continue your blatant disregard of our copyright, we will be forced to take further legal action, including but not limited to civil suit, tar and feathering, and or the repossession of your spouses and children.
That's a tough one, CBS. You seem to be experiencing an elevated level of stress. Clearly, by the tone, your cortisol levels are out of whack. I recommend that in order to get your zodiac spiritually aligned, I suggest you increase your copper intake in your diet. After a fortnight of this, you should be right as rain on Venus.
Problem solved, CBS. Our next letter comes from a listener who goes by the name Help Been Kidnapped. I'm sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing this. This is a name that is unfamiliar to me. Scandinavian, it would be. I've been taken hostage by a white nationalist group who think that I am the third coming of the zombie Nazi Führer Adolf Joseph the Impaler.
Ooh.
I am being held in an office on the 2nd floor of the White Savior Complex. Please send the Marines. My heart goes out to you, dear listener. In my professional, unqualified, unique opinion, you may have a damsel in distress complex. Zelda was a damsel in distress herself. She was a powerful damsel in her own right. And in times such as these, be brave. You can choose to be a Zelda and not a Princess Peach.
Exhilarating. What do the stars say about my love life? This is the segment of the show where we dig up what the stars have to say about your love life.
We take a look at today's star, the sun.
Lux Nericus, Solaris Hartus is the focus of today's show. You might be tempted to believe your nighttime risky business was all fun and games. Dear sweet, delectable Ramona, you flew in like a sparrow and landed on my branch to recreate, only to flit away. Curse the day and crave the moon, delicate fair skin. Ramona!
So,
Sweetest
beware the pain that comes with the sun.
Why has thou forsaken me?
Brings us to today's sponsor, Aquaporus, the greatest sunburn gel on the market today. Heal all your pains and salve your soul with Aquaporus.
Sweet embrace.
And that brings us to the end of today's show, in which we must say hello. Hello, listeners. Obtuse, Rabagoose, watch Footloose. You really should just stop. I'm not even sure I can feel bad for you at this point. What would your white mother think?
Ramona had a mother.
You're a whole problem.
This is the week show. The RichRokk Show.
Military use of the catapult spans thousands of years by armies across the globe. And in all that time, wasn't nobody thinking, we've seen how far and forcefully these things toss heavy stuff. Let's launch ourselves in one. Nobody. Ever. Nope. That particular stunt was first carried out by a group of Oxford University student members of the Oxford Stunt Factory, a club with its roots in a former Oxford University club, the Dangerous Sports Club, who back in the 1970s pioneered alternative and extreme sports like bungee jumping, hang gliding and base jumping, and extreme skiing, often with very painful results. Over time, the club evolved into the newer and dumber Oxford Stunt Factory, who in 2002 brilliantly participated in a human catapulting event where, after numerous launches repeatedly landed people short of the center of the safety net, they finally managed to miss the target altogether, tossing a final victim the height of a building and landing him successfully shy of the net altogether, killing him up good, breaking his neck, back, legs, arms, clavicle, jaws, pelvis, fingers, wrists, feet, skull, and hips.
Please join us as we contemplate and celebrate the life of the dearly departed. Yeah.
Woo! Wake the hell up, mouth breathers! It's time to get funky! You grab that for me? Hold that for me, sugar. Woo! I shouldn't have to remind you that tipping is mandatory. Tip! Tip! Tip me! Come on!
Boo!
Tip
Boo!
me!
Boo! You suck! Boo! Hiss! Hiss! Roar! Hiss! Boo!
All
Boo!
All right, hang on. Where's March? Are you March? Are you March? I put on a clean show for you people. I could have played in off Reno tonight for $30 and all you can eat. Fine. Be that way. What? Calling my agent, Reggie.
Most him is still in here. There's a lot of him in there.
Dang it. You actually support your family with this gig?
I don't even have kids. I say this so he hates me. It's a job.
Get out! Go! Go! Go!
My agent, Reggie! My agent!
Monica wrote a poem. Monica, if you want to come and read that. We gotta just say anything, please, God.
Thanks for coming. I really don't have a phone.
The Cthulhu Bed and Breakfast, nestled along the coast in Swampscott, Massachusetts, is the perfect quiet getaway for worshippers of the elder gods to perform the rituals in secret. Calling it a bed and breakfast may be a little deceiving, as there are no beds and they certainly don't serve breakfast. It's more of a empty warehouse where a lot of really shady stuff goes down. And it's a good thing too, because nothing else really happens here. It's kind of the only thing this town has going for it. So a little demon summoning and ritual sacrifice, and just for these boring ass crackers needing their lives. H.P. Lovecraft would have loved it here, which is probably why the Deep One chose Swampscott, raising real questions as to whether or not Cthulhu is a racist bigot. Regardless of whether or not the elder gods are afraid of people of color, this sleepy little getaway will have you asking, what was that noise? Why do we stop in this godforsaken town? Cthulhu's Bed and Breakfast in Swampscott. Come for the madness. Stay because you can't leave.
Welcome to another one of those very cool backstage experiences. Digging through the digital mailbag once again. Rich, what is the single most racist food? It's at your produce counter. You also find it in juice. And it's cranberries. Cranberries are pretty racist. Actually, it's not so much that just cranberries are racist, it's the whole system's messed up. Cranberries are like the white folks of produce and, well, pears are the black people. Think about it. Cranberries are in everything. Like, you didn't really need to have cran apple juice. Apple juice is doing pretty good on its own. And one day, cranberry comes along talking about some, can't have an apple juice without cranberry, can you? I mean, you got cranberries showing up in all kind of stuff. Yeah, cran grape. I didn't even know cranberries no grape juice. Cran cherry. My wife bought cran cherry juice home the other day. You're never gonna see no pear cherry. It's awful. But you don't see pears in anything. Pears are delicious. If I gave you a fruit cocktail and didn't have any pears in it, you'd be like, it's this nasty ass fruit cocktail. I don't want that crap. You know why? Pears make that stuff delicious. Barbecue sauces, marinades. You don't see any pear-based mascots. Fruit of the Loom. You see a pear in there? Pear candy? Pear popsicle? We can't even get a pear popsicle? Cranberry finds way to popsicle pretty soon, watch. Put them in balls or something, freeze them and call them tasticles. Point is, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore, but thanks for checking out the RichRokk Show.
Bye now. My heart is in the wrong accent.
It's in Scotland.
Also, he's serious Shrek.